So let's talk about Henrik press conference. As you can imagine, a lot of it was to do with what's going on off the field, aka all the situation with the embargo, the HMRC winding up order and stuff like that. Henrik said he'll see what happens with it all. He's only really heard of it today about what's going on. And he's kind of said there's nothing he can really do about it at the moment until something happens. There's nothing they can actually say to do about it. He asked if the players have been talking about it at all, and he's not heard anything about it in the dressing room. But he has said they've been trying to use all their energy to get training and do all that kind of stuff and make sure they can try and just concentrate for the game at the weekend and try and not think about it or dwell on it. Now, the problem is that you're going to dwell on it. It's getting to point night, potentially the point of going, hey, here's a winding up order. This comes in. This could mean curtains. He'll need to bring an administrator in to try and fix the mess because he's not going to be able to fix it himself. And it's just one of those things where the more you see it, the more everyone's going, the Sheffield Wednesday last possible season. The thing you've got now as well, this will put the independent football regulator a little bit more on high alert as well to start doing things quickly because they'll see how that is with that one. So it'll be interesting with that. Now, it's one of those things where you look at it, he spoke about how much drama had there actually been at the club at the moment and with everything. He said, have you had anywhere that you dealt with it before? And he said, kind of not. He said, that, as they said, it's too much drama at the club. But he said, they've just been trying to train, do the best they can, and just get on with things the best they can, the best possibility they can do. He said at first it was really hard to manage because it just kept on happening and though people weren't getting paid, but they've managed to keep the chests up and keep going and try and concentrate on the job, which cannot be that easy. He spoke about how he respected the fans on how everything's going on and how they got massive respect from him, how they're still trying to get things going. Said he hoped that we could get back to being a bit better, maybe have it where we could move on from this while we're at our lowest point, but the good time could come back. He spoke about Ernie Weaver. He said he was absolutely gutted for the lad, basically just because he'd been playing with pain, he'd been doing really well, but he knows that the club is there for him if he needs help. We got for players who are already out, Chalobah's still out, Olaf will train next week, Rio Shipton's out, Bernard will be back potentially start of December, middle of December. That's where he'll try and do it. He said they've done well with training, they tried to get things done, to try to keep it a bit simple and try and see how they get on. He spoke about how Charlton are a very honest team and work well under Jones and how they play. They get forward and we've got to watch out for crosses because they get a lot of crosses into the box. Miller asked if he sees how things are getting on at the minute and trying not talk about the football related, the non-football related stuff, because he's just trying to concentrate on the job and try and see how they can get on with it. Now, the problem is with doing that, it's very hard to get on with the job when everything is going on around you like it is. He said Bailey's back. He said he only played one game during the international break. He came back this morning, so he will train tomorrow, see how he gets on. During the time off, they spoke about the senior group of players, how they would do things different from the Coventry game, how he would do things differently, how he would do it, basically a little bit of reflection on how they would fix things to get things a bit better and go further forward. And it's one of these things when you look at everything that's going on, it's just a mess. How do you concentrate on football? Like, how do you concentrate on football with everything, with all this going on? It's very, very difficult to do this because the thing is, it's hard to concentrate on your job when you've got this all going on, not knowing if you're going to get paid. He spoke about how Ernie Weaver and Gav were competing. Ernie stepped up, lost his place. Gav now got to step back up because he got his place because Ernie's out. So it's one of the things that it breeds good competition. So it's really good to see that they're managing to have it where they're managing to keep that little bit of competition there, but the competition's been made because they have to. It's not been made because we want to. And that's the difficult bit. Anyone who comes into it is the next one going to be ready. The next one going to be ready. The next one going to be ready. That's how it's got to be, just in case anything happens with how it all goes. We've got coaching staff in now in terms of with everything. It sounds like they're close to getting some more coaching staff in, but you don't know how close that is to being done with everything going on. And I don't know how you can talk about coaching staff with everything that's going on right now, but it's just a bit of a mess with how it all going on, because if you're going into winding up orders and stuff, how are you able to afford to get new staff in? That shows that you probably can't. But he said there'll be something official really soon about coaching staff again. So that's where it is. So that's where we are with press conference. It's been an interesting one. It's just odd how it's all going at the minute. The press conference can't be easy for him to do because he wants to talk about the football. He wants to talk about everything going on that way. But we're not able to. We're not able to talk about that. So it's one of the things you're having to look at different players. You're looking at like Barry Bannon. He's trying to do it in a different way with his training because Barry Bannon's not fully fit. He hasn't been fully fit for a while. He probably needed an op during the summer, and he probably didn't take that operation because it's how Barry Bannon is. So Baz has got a bit of a knock again. So we're having to see how Baz is at the same time. So it's not great. So as the press conference goes, it's just annoying that we are constantly having to have these pressers where we're talking about non-football related stuff and not being able to talk about things that you want to talk about, which is the football and how things are going. And I think Henrik is sorting this out and managing to conduct his press conference and conduct himself in a very good manner to where he is being able to just respectfully try and keep going and see how things go. So I thought it was a good presser by Henrik. I'm just frustrated for him. I'm frustrated for the fans. I'm frustrated for everyone involved with the club because the more the negative stuff that keeps happening, the more it's just going to be really hard to do. And it's hard at the moment. It is difficult at the moment to do anything where we can feel like we're a positive because it doesn't. So we'll see what happens next. But let's just take it what it is. At the end of the day, Sheffield went to the mess. Winding up orders don't help. And the man needs to sell. But hopefully that puts another kind of pressure on him to sell. But it's DC we're doing, so who knows. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.